Why is it that so many people that have dreams, they make the initial down payment of effort towards that dream, but then they fail to make continued payments on their dream and they end up losing it? My name's Chris Greenwood, also known as Manifest, and I want to share some secrets from the legend Earl Nightingale and his story about the strangest secret, the message, very powerful message that's changed millions of lives. Well, one of the first things he shares about is to not conform. Don't follow the crowd. Don't be caught up in that constant conformity and doing what everybody else is doing. He shares the story asking different men and women, why do you get up in the morning and go to work? And they say, well, that's what everybody else is doing. You know, there's no purpose. There's no real big dream. They're just following the crowd. Oh, that seems like a good idea. Well, hey, I'll go to school, get good grades, get a job, get a mortgage, get married, have 2 kids, and then die. There's got to be more than that, right? And so I want to encourage you to stretch, not always following the crowd, but stretch big. Why is it that this one person can only be rich, or this person owns the big buildings, or can go on vacations 3 or 4 times a year? Why not you? Well, that's the next thing that I want to talk about, which is attitude. And he says that you can change your life by changing your attitude. It says in Mark 9:23, if you can believe, if you can just believe that things are possible, then it can happen. If you can just believe, and that's where it comes down to having a positive mental attitude. If you're always thinking negatively on negative thoughts, then you'll get negative results. If you get into that bad habit of always worrying, thinking it's going to fail, and you're thinking that way, then that's the result you're going to get. The same way, if you start to think positively and you change your attitude towards a positive attitude, thinking in terms of success, that's also what you'll get. You'll start to see success. He talks about how Shakespeare says that people let their doubts stop them from attempting. They let doubt creep in and it holds them back from even trying. And I think it was O.G. Mandino who said this. He said, so many people will not know unless they even try. And you got to step out in faith. So simple. Such amazing principles that are so simple, and so many things are so easy to do that they're also easy not to do. Now, before I tell you the last secret, I want to make sure you get a copy of my book, From Red to Black, sharing my short journey from debt to liberty. It shares the habits of the rich, the habits of the poor, how to start an online business, but one of my favorite chapters is Swiss dollars, which stands for Sales While I Sleep Soundly. Click the link below this video to get your free copy. The last one I want to cover today is your circumstances. A lot of people will say, well, I wasn't born into a rich household, or I wasn't born with a good hand. I wasn't dealt a good hand. But what I've learned is it's not about the hand you're dealt, it's how well you play that hand. In my experience, I lost my dad to suicide when I was 5 years old, so I didn't have this strong father figure to look up to and show me certain things and teach me success. I had to seek out mentors like Earl Nightingale, Norman Vincent Peale, Grant Cardone, Peter J. Daniels, John Maxwell, so many mentors that I had to go and kind of be like fathers to me to teach me stuff so I could learn this stuff. I didn't say, well, I wasn't born with that, or I don't have that, so I can't get it. I say, no, I'm going to go chase that. I don't say I can't afford it anymore. I say, how can I afford it? How can I make this work? I'm born in Canada, and I got started in the music industry, and we always knew that America was the real, big place to find success, but we found success here, and I found a way to get to the USA and tour and travel, and I just want to say, put no limits on your dreams. Have an awesome day. I want to remind you, a fighter isn't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits.